Hey, you in the green. Yeah, you over there, you. Pay attention, my dear. It's snippet time. Welcome to Sobriety Snippets for Women Over 40, where we elevate our mindset to trade hangovers for higher consciousness, one little snippet at a time. Maybe little, but it's powerful. I'm Becca Jacobson, and you have entered Snippet Land. Welcome back, my dears. And if you're new, well, what can I say? You have found your new home base. This is where we keep the home fires burning for women over 40 professionals got it all together. And then there's the alcohol. That's the alcohol. That's the experience we've all had here. And we are building the best chapter of our lives. Gals, this week we've been talking about thoughts. I've been giving you a lot to think about, which is good. Thoughts can be helpful as long as we're being intentional with them. And on Monday, I gave you a very simple strategy called the hook phrase. And on Wednesday, I gave you some food for thought. And that was, what are you feeding your mind? What are you allowing your mind to be fed? If you haven't been with us yet this week, go back to Monday, check it out. Today, we're looking at our internal narrative or internal dialogue. First of all, what is it? Well, we know what it is, don't we? All of us are always thinking all the time. And what we're thinking actually creates our lives. The way we think creates our lives. Why? Because our thoughts affect our emotions affect our behaviors. And there you have it. We choose our partners based off of our internal narrative and the way we're thinking and the way we're feeling. We choose our careers this way. We make life decisions. We go through life. This is how we build our lives. And yet we just allow the mind to go on autopilot and say whatever it wants and bring in whatever messages it wants. And we don't realize how much this is affecting us. So that's what this whole week has been about. It's very, very powerful shift when we start paying close attention to that internal dialogue. Now, one of the biggest things I've learned being in this world here for the last 3 years in Snippet Land is that most of the women in this world have a negative internal narrative concerning themselves. Oh, you screwed up again. Oh my God, why can't you stop? What is your problem? That's not good enough. That type of messaging coming in from ourselves, tearing us down. It's so ironic because we're successful. We did the education, we've got the careers. People really do look up to us. We've got these polished lives on the outside, and yet inside we're not good enough. We're just not good enough. It's just not enough. Most of us have the P going on, the P word. You know the P word, right? Perfectionism. That's a horrible, horrible word. That's a whole nother snippet. But we expect more of ourselves from others. We're way less forgiving of our own mistakes than others. In fact, many of us won't even forgive ourselves. We've just decided, sorry, that was not good enough, and you don't deserve compassion. Sorry, you don't qualify for the compassion that I'm willing to give my children, my BFF, my grandchildren, whatever. Yeah, I'll hand over all sorts of compassion. I'm a very loving person. I'm a supportive, caring woman. But me? No, I don't qualify. That's what I hear, and that's what I was like. Why? Because we expect better of ourselves, and that's natural. Most humans do. Well, not all, but women in this world do. We expect a lot from ourselves, and that's okay. That's how we get where we get in life. But honestly, to refuse to be compassionate towards ourselves, listen, I have here's a story for you. I have an exercise I give gals in my world called the mirror exercise. Very simple. It's simple, and it is the one that is the most resisted and the most difficult for women to do, and that's very telling. It's a simple 60 seconds in front of the mirror, staring into your own eyes and giving yourself some loving, compassionate support. So I would look into the mirror, look directly into my own eyes. No, I'm not looking at my wrinkly neck. I'm not looking at my gray hair, right? No, I'm looking directly into my eyeballs, right into my eyes. Lock eyes, set the timer for 60 seconds, and speak to myself. Becca, I'm with you. Becca, I believe in you. Becca, I love you. Becca, You are doing a great job. Becca, you oh, you got this. Whatever comes out of my mouth, I don't plan it. I just know that the goal is compassion, understanding, love, and support. That little exercise is the most difficult one for women to do. I mean, honestly, that's it. That is telling, don't you think? I mean, that tells a lot about us. We just don't want to give ourselves a break. And if we won't do it, we can't grow into the women we want to grow into. You have put a glass ceiling on your life if you refuse to be compassionate and forgiving with yourself. If you refuse to be understanding, if you refuse to have a patient, loving internal dialogue that's going on, you have a glass ceiling. You'll never have the love that you're actually seeking. And I know you're loved. You have family that loves you, but it could be more. It's capped because you don't love yourself enough. If we can't love ourselves fully and completely and accept ourselves 100%, all the warts and everything, then others can't either. Because it's sensed, it's an energetic exchange. People sense we don't like ourselves as much as we should. We even let it come out of our mouths. "Oh, I'm so stupid," or, "Oh, I screwed up." We say things out loud, and people who love us don't like it. "Oh, mom, no, you didn't. You did great, mom. I believe in you." That type of thing, that is a glass ceiling. So, this internal dialogue that we're talking about today, and I'm going to get to the mental diet in a minute. The internal dialogue is about how you speak to yourself and how you speak about others and the past and life in general. But the mind will always be going. We know this, it cannot be shut off. Even the best meditator on planet Earth, meditation is not shutting off the mind. That's a big, huge misconception. Meditation is not shutting off the thoughts. That can't be done. You're dead when you shut the thoughts off. Meditation is allowing, being compassionate, watching, being an observer, right? And as we go through our world, we can apply the same thing. Instead of judging the thoughts that come, listen, when I say we've got to change our internal narrative, I'm actually not talking about a change so much as I'm talking about an acceptance. We can change it though. That's what the hook phrase on Monday was for. When we become aware that we've slipped off into a negative internal narrative, we can bring it back by using our hook phrase. So we definitely want to change it, control it, try to make it more loving, but it won't behave itself for quite a while. When we start this practice, the mind is like riding a bucking bronco. It's just wild, wild, and you're going to fly right off it. That's okay. That's where the patience comes in and the acceptance and just a shrug. I love the shrug. Do the shrug right now. Wherever you are, just shrug right now. Okay, there. Feels good, right? Oh, well, shrug. Go ahead. You're driving, shrug. Shrugging is great because it takes the power out of things. Oh, well, what are you going to do? If you can't change it, you can't change it, right? So we have to be very patient and compassionate with the thoughts that we're having, but also intentional. So the internal narrative is your internal dialogue. The way you're speaking about yourself, is it negative? But the bigger question is, are you willing to be compassionate about yourself, towards yourself? I get a lot of resistance on that mirror exercise. So if you're thinking, oh my God, I would not want to do that, then that alone is worth looking at. I'm not saying run out and do the mirror exercise. I'm saying ask yourself, why am I so resistant to the idea of spending a minute giving myself some love and encouragement? And if you're just a little resistant, that's worth looking at too. If you're willing, but you're thinking that's going to be a little uncomfortable, that's good too. But the fact that it makes us uncomfortable is really, really interesting to me. It says a lot, doesn't it? So think about that. Ask yourself, how am I reacting to the idea of doing the mirror exercise? In other words, what I'm saying is ask yourself if you're resistant to the idea of being self-compassionate. And if you are, that's worth thinking about. What is it about me that I don't want to let go? And I got to bring in the ego and the pride here, gals. Because the truth of the matter is that if you're willing to forgive everyone and anyone except yourself, there's ego involved in that. There's pride involved in that. And we don't want to hear that. What makes you so special that you're unforgivable? Seriously. Why is everybody else forgivable but you? Hello? You're not that special. You are as forgivable as anyone. The mistakes you've made are not that special. They're just mistakes. We've all made them, but we want to lift ourselves up to a level that we don't expect from anyone else. In fact, I've even heard it called humility. My dear, that is not humility. It's actually the opposite. It's pride, it's ego. You know what? I can talk about this with huge amount of authority because it's me. That was me in 2018 when I came out of 30 years of struggling with alcohol, through all the disasters that I had been through in my life, that seemingly never-ending struggle as I'm teaching at college and sneaking drinks at night and all of that. For me, the journey for me was coming to the point where I could admit, yeah, it's ego, it's pride, because I was determined that no matter what I did, even if I was giving up alcohol and trying to get better, I was not gonna give myself a break because I had done things that I deemed unforgivable, and that was that. And I was gonna walk around the rest of my life, this "I don't deserve the best because 'cause I'm a bad girl." Like, come on, Becca, get off your high horse, come back to the human race, and give yourself a freaking break. That's it. So if you are resisting this, is that why? Could it be? Well, it's worth thinking about, isn't it? If you're unforgivable, my dear, I really want to know what makes you so damn special. And I say that unapologetically because you are forgivable. Okay. So, what are we going to do about this internal narrative that seems like it's just a wild bucking bronco? We are going to consider a mental diet. We've already talked about it this week. We talked on Wednesday about curating what's coming into your feed, meaning through your eyes, through your ears. And on Monday, I gave you a hook phrase. Today, let's lock in a mental diet. Let's commit to taking back our minds. Look, if we gotta think all the time, except when we're asleep, we might as well be investing that time. We might as well be investing those thoughts, thinking thoughts that are gonna bring a return on investment in the future by building the best chapter of our lives. We might as well. It's there anyway. So we take advantage of what we've got. We leverage what we already have. We already have a mind that's going, 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 going. Instead of allowing it to go wild, we decide, I'm going to leverage this power and turn it to my advantage. And you can start that by having your hook phrase, which I taught on Monday, and then taking it to the next level by committing to a mental diet that works this way. It's a simple 3-step process. Step number 1, choose to be aware of what you're thinking. That means you're gonna have to put reminders everywhere. Now, the women in my world, whether they're in my free WhatsApp group, the women in my client group, the women anywhere where I'm communicating with them, including here, all know that the hook phrase is the first line of defense. And they remind each other. They're reminding each other. I'm reminding them. And the reminder is very, very powerful. That's one of the many, many benefits of community, being reminded. So if you're not in a community, if you're not in my community yet, I encourage you to come and join us. But either way, you need to be reminded. So step 1 is the commitment to remembering. It's just really hard in the beginning to remember. So find a way to remember, whether it's joining the community, putting up sticky notes. Step 1 is, how am I going to remember to do this? Because you will go on autopilot. You just will. There's nothing wrong with you. It's just the way this works. Step number 2, choose your reset. When you notice the mind has taken control and it's misbehaving, what is your reset? I love for this to be a word or a physical action. In fact, the two together are the most powerful. A physical action such as stopping dead on the spot and stamping your feet into the ground and saying a word such as stop or enough. But we want to move the body, like jerk the body a little bit, stamp the foot into the ground. Maybe we want to bring the shoulders back a little, stand up a little straighter in that moment and just say stop or enough. If you can't do this out loud because you're in public, you can still do it mentally. Just plant those feet on the ground and mentally say, enough. That signals, okay, I'm taking back control of my mind. So we want some sort of anchor. That's step number 2. And make it physical and verbal, even if it's mentally verbal. Okay. I love the word stop. I love the word enough. Those are very powerful. And then step number 3, default to your hook phrase. If you don't have one yet, go back Monday. I speak about it at length. I want to make sure that you have something there that's on the tip of your brain, meaning the tip of your tongue, whatever you want to call it, something that's automatic that you will default to once you've said, stop, enough. Okay? This is a mental diet that you're going to have to practice for, well, frankly, for the rest of time if you want to get this. And as you do it, slowly, 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 it becomes automatic. There's no effort involved. And you suddenly wake up one day and realize, oh my God, I feel so much better. Why? Because I'm not feeding my mind garbage, negative, violent garbage. I'm not feeding myself disrespectful thoughts. We need to be compassionate. As you start doing that, you take control of your thoughts, you take control of your emotions. Suddenly, the mind isn't off in 2021 when something happened, and there's a memory that brings an emotion, that brings anxiety or shame or guilt. And there you are on this beautiful day in 2026, gone back 20 years to suffer again through an incident that happened, right? We take control of our thoughts, and that gives us control of our emotions. So 3 steps. Are you willing to remember? Put up those reminders. Number 2, what is your reset? Plant the feet. Say one word, stop or enough. And number 3, gently just move right into that hook phrase. And be breathing, my dear, at all times. Please be breathing. That's another snippet too. Gals, if you're not in my WhatsApp group, I'd love for you to join us. And don't forget, Monday, that's like 2 days from now. Today's Friday, right? On Monday, we're going to go to Becca's bookshelf, take down Shakti Gawain's book, Creative Visualization, and go from page to practice. I'll see you then. Thanks for popping in. Be sure to come back next time so I can keep your head on straight. Sending you buckets of love.